Test, 1, 2, 1, 2, test.
I'm gonna do like a cute, like a quick disclaimer. So I fake tan for the first time last week, and I mean, it's not that far from my face, and my hands are fine, but I just want to show my feet because it's so funny. Just take time on your feet, guys, all right? I put on some chapstick and I'll be ready to go. Hey, my name's Kimi. Welcome to my channel. So my everyday makeup routine is not the same. Sometimes I do primer and sometimes I don't. Or sometimes I'll use a facial mist, but it just depends. So, I think I'm gonna put on primer, yeah. I'm using the Sephora Beauty Amplifier Pore Finer thing. I think about that much. And then I focus this more on my nose, in the middle of my forehead, and my chin. And then I just kind of spread it all out on my face and get like my eyelids and everything. Okay, so I don't use the same foundation every day, or I don't wear makeup every day. But what I've been recently using is the Garnier Skin Active BB Cream. I like this one, but I'm not a big fan of how many shades they have because they don't have that many. So I'm just gonna take a bit on the back of my hand.
Oh.
I don't think it'll match my neck. You know what? It's gonna be okay.
It will.
I'm gonna put some bronzer on. It's gonna be alright. I don't know. Some people may think that this is too much, and some people may think that it's not that much. But I just like. I like wearing makeup. I do myself, you know. And then I'm gonna take a Real Technique sponge and just pat it in. It looks like there's nothing. That's why I kind of like it, because it doesn't look like you're wearing much, but it does like cover the discoloration, but it's also like not high coverage. I think it says. It didn't say. I feel like I take the longest doing my face makeup because it's the most important part of your makeup, because you want everything. Because if your face makeup looks bad, then like everything looks bad. You know?
Oh, it's the brows, man.
Well, the brows are very important, but like I'm blessed with pretty like good brows. Like I have like pretty thick brows, I would say myself. Just kind of drag it down if it doesn't match, but you know, everything will look better when you have bronzer on and everything. So next I'm gonna be taking the Fit Me Maybelline. Oh, I didn't say what shade this was. This is light medium. It's really gross. I can't want to show it again. And then I'm gonna take this. This is really light, but I like how like light.
Oh my god.
I feel like this video is not going great. You know what? It's fine. It's gonna be okay. I like the way light under eyes look though. I feel like I'm gonna get comments like, "What is this girl doing?"
What is this girl doing?
But you know what? The effect of light under eyes, I like it a lot.
Oh gosh.
Oh man. And then I'm gonna take the sponge again on the pointy side. Gonna blend it on the tip of my nose and like in the middle, the center of my face, because you bring light to the center of your face. Next, I'm gonna set my under eyes with the Airspun loose face powder. I'm not gonna use too much of this because there's been stories of like flashback and photos, but like what I do, here I'll show you. I take a little bit and then I press under my eyes, but I don't let it sit. I kind of just buff it in. And I only put it on my under eyes and a bit on like my lids. So I don't bake ever. I do bake like here because I feel like my makeup wears off there a lot because I do this or something like that.
What's bake?
Okay, so if anybody doesn't know what baking is, it's when you by the way, I have my younger sister on my camera making sure that I stay in focus because my camera's not a flick back camera. What baking is, back to what I was saying, what baking is basically when you leave setting powder and it stays like matte. I don't do that because like some parts of my face are dry and some are oily. Like my nose is oily and sometimes I put it all around my nose. I buff that in though because my nose is like the hardest thing in my makeup routine because I don't know, it just sometimes doesn't.
It just wears off.
It wears, yeah, it just wears off because I have an oily nose, or sometimes my makeup just doesn't agree with it. And then I'm gonna take my Fit Me Maybelline Matte and Poreless powder. And then I'm just gonna take my Morphe E41 brush and just kind of tap and then tap. But as you can see, it has color. So we're just gonna bring color. I feel like my under eyes are really light, so I'm just gonna like tap over it a little bit. Because I did put a really light concealer over it, so. Okay. Let me turn off my unpopular. Okay. So after that, I feel like I'm really powdery and kind of like dry, so I like to put setting spray. I use the Badescu, like everybody knows what this is, and I just spray a little bit just to add some more hydration back to my face.
What if I don't know what it is? Would you like to explain?
Corey! After that, I normally go to bronzer. I use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm using the Morphe R2 brush, and I don't like swirl it. I kind of just tap it, and I tap the excess off, and I sometimes swipe, but sometimes I don't, because it just depends on my mood. Because sometimes if I swipe, I feel like it just moves what's underneath, but if I pat it, I feel like it goes on more smooth. I put it on around this area, and then I also put around here, just the perimeters of my face, just to give like those natural shadows. This is bronzing, and bronzing contouring is different. Contouring is with more of a cool tone shade. This is more of warm toned. So you want to use some warmer around the perimeters of your face just to give back some definition to your face. And I don't know, I feel like
You're swiping now instead of tapping.
it just varies between if I swipe or tap. I feel like I do this side of my face a lot different than this side. I don't know why. But like, just do whatever like tailor to your skin or whatever like you like doing.
Be yourself and have fun.
Just be yourself and have fun, and you'll do just fine, you know? And then I also do it on my jawline, because you gotta get that sharp jawline, my girl. And then depending on my mood, I would contour, but maybe just a little bit. Just for the sake of video, I will. Use the Morphe R10, and I'm gonna use this e.l.f. powder actually, because it's actually an eyebrow duo, and it's very cool toned, so I like to use that. And I just did that. I did a little bit because I don't want to go too crazy. Always blend. And if you feel like you put too much on, just kind of keep going with your brush and then go over with your sponge if it's just going downhill, you know what I mean? Do the sides of my nose a little bit just to give it some color as well. This is the M506 Morphe. All these brushes are Morphe. If they're not, I'll say. I just do like a little bit like that. Just like a little something, something, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I like that, Corey. It looks nice. So then, if you go a little bit overboard, it's okay. You just get your...
Life just keeps going.
Your life just keeps going, and you just keep on keeping on, and you just blend and blend. And now, I take the Tarte blush in Feisty. I don't put too much on, but I do like the way blush looks. And then this brush, it's not from anywhere. I think I just got it off of Amazon, and it's just like a little, it's an angled brush. I don't know what, I just tap it a little bit and tap it off, and then I like to do not really that close to my apples, but I like to drag it back. I don't know, it's just kind of something I always do. Next, for my eyebrows, I either do two different things. I use NYX Tame Frame, the pomade, like this. And I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills 12 brush, this one. Or I go in with the NYX micro brow pencil. I really like the brow pencil, especially for the spoolie, because I just feel like it really blends out my eyebrows with the product really well. So, and then like on for every day, I think I would go with a pencil because it's just faster. So I'm gonna do that today. This is in the shade Chocolate. And what I like to do is I do a little line all the way on the bottom. And I kind of like to extend it because I don't know, I just feel like in pictures it looks better. And then I just kind of do the top as well, like I do the line. And then I just give up and then I just go for it. And it's the key to this really is to have a light hand with it so you don't have too harsh of lines. And you just kind of go in and blend it out. You just get a feel for it how you like your brows because everybody has different eyebrows and what they
preferences.
And yeah, different preferences. So if you like a pomade, use a pomade. If you like a pencil, use a pencil. But what I like about watching like everybody's everyday makeup routine, because to some extent they all kind of look the same. But what I like about it is seeing what products they use and how they use them. Man, I messed up real quick talking. So normally I do highlight before my eyebrows because sometimes I like to go like this. Here, like I'll show you. I use the Morphe M510 with, I actually use this KIKO eyeshadow. It's in 206 or 208 actually. And it looks like this. And I just kind of swirl it around and tap it off because I don't want too much sometimes. And I just do the normal, and then I would go like that, and I don't want to mess up my eyebrows, so that's why I normally would do highlight first, but I forgot. Now I'm gonna grab a different brush. Morphe E36. And then I do right here in my nose. I don't like using the big brush because I feel like it's just too much. I don't do it here because it kind of makes an effect of a button nose. So I do the tip and just like this, like a little exclamation point. Okay, after that, I go back to my eyebrows. I use the Maybelline Brow Drama. This is an eyebrow gel. Shade Soft Brown. I don't know, I kind of don't like this one because of the circle. And I feel like it's hard because it might get everywhere, but I just go like lightly through them. Okay, after that, I go in, sometimes I will use my bronzer shade in my crease, but sometimes I won't because it just depends on my mood. So I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. I'm gonna use this really big brush that I used earlier just to blend out my nose contour, the M504. I'm gonna use a shade, I'm gonna do Fresh Picked. Because I know it's summer, I kind of don't want just a regular brown. Just gonna kind of go in. So it's like,
Just gonna go in.
just gonna go in, you know? Just go for it. I mainly focus it more on the crease, but I like to drag it down just a little bit. Because, you know, I like the shade a lot because it's not too pink and not too orange, not too brown. It's kind of just like a nice transition color. And then I take a really small brush, it's the Morphe M212. And I'm gonna take
Peach butter.
peach butter and take that on the brush and just go on my brow bone just to lighten it up. And same on the other side. So it just cut off. So the last thing I did was I put peach butter on my brow bone, this color. And I totally forgot if you guys made it to this part of the video. Basically, I wanted to talk about like my intentions of this and of my channel because this is like my first video back basically. Okay, what I'm doing now, I'm gonna take the E18. I'm gonna go back with Fresh Picked and then go under my lash line. So basically, since this is my first video back, I want to post a lot more, not just travel videos. I want to do more makeup videos and like more things about my life because
More videos about Corey.
more videos about yes. Yeah. I never tell if this is closed or not. Yes. Let's go. Okay.
Okay.
So, Camera died. I don't know what happened last, but I think
Camera died, but that's okay.
that is okay. I think I did my lower lash line and I was talking about my intentions. So if we got that, I'll just re-say it. So basically I want to do more makeup videos.
Yeah, you did.
As well as still doing travel videos. And just other videos I've always wanted to do because videos I like to watch. So like I really want to do a room tour because I'm moving soon and I want to be able to look back and just things like that. Okay,
We're
so
some good times.
I did do my my brow bone. I think we got that. So I go back into my highlighter that I used and I use the same one I used for my nose contour. And then I just do it in the inner corner to brighten up my eyes. And then sometimes, depending on my mood, I like to go in with a nude eyeliner in my waterline just to open up my eyes a little bit more. This is the Sephora Glide Liner and it's waterproof in creamy beige. Nice. If you're wearing a lot of makeup, the thing I like to do is take my sponge so I don't touch it and mess it up, and just kind of run through it. I'm gonna take, I don't even know what kind of, oh, it's Revlon. This Revlon eyelash curler, and I curl my lashes. Okay, and then it depends. I mix up my mascaras all the time, and sometimes I double them. I really like this CoverGirl, the Super Sizer Fibers in black. And I go in with this first. I like this mascara because I feel like it gives me a lot of, this one gives me a lot of length, and then the second one I'm gonna use, it gives me a lot of volume. I also use this mascara for my bottom lashes because it's a very small wand, and I just feel like it gets in there nicely. And I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal. Thanks, dude. L'Oreal Paradise Extatic in the shade black. And I just kind of look at the end and kind of just see what needs to be
Ooh.
pushed up. And I think that's it. And then I'll just spray my face again. So that's it for my video. If you liked it, please give it a give it a like, and if you like me, give it a subscribe. Join. I really don't want to give myself a name.
Meme Mooses.
No. Okay, that's it for the video. Bye.